Have you ever pondered the magnitude of God's grace, its power, its depth, its unfathomable reach? Today we dive into the sea of divinity to explore the extraordinary power of God's grace. Consider the story of the prodigal son, a tale as old as time, yet its message resonates even in our modern age. The son's return after squandering his inheritance could have been met with punishment or rejection. Instead, he was greeted with open arms, a celebration of his return. That is the power of God's grace, an enduring love that sees beyond our faults and failures. Picture, if you will, the tale of Moses. A man raised in Pharaoh's palace, yet he was a Hebrew by birth. Despite his past mistakes, God chose him to lead the Israelites to freedom. Even when Moses doubted his own abilities, God's grace was there, guiding him every step of the way. That is the power of God's grace. It empowers us, giving us strength in our weakness. Think about the story of Mary Magdalene, a woman society had cast aside. Yet Jesus saw her, not for her past, but for her potential. Through God's grace, she transformed from a woman scorned into a devout follower, a beacon of faith. That is the power of God's grace. It restores us, giving us a second chance when the world turns its back on us. Now contemplate the tale of Paul. Once a persecutor of Christians, he became one of the most influential apostles. A transformation so profound could only come from a divine source. That is the power of God's grace. It changes us, turning our lives around in ways we could never imagine. So, what is the power of God's grace? It's an enduring love that sees beyond our faults, an empowering force that gives us strength in our weakness. It's a restorative power that gives us a second chance, a transformative force that turns our lives around. It's a love so deep, so wide, so high, and so long that it surpasses knowledge. It's a grace that is sufficient for us. For when we are weak, then we are strong. It's a grace that saves us, not because of righteous things we have done, but because of His mercy. And remember, God's grace is not a one-time gift. It is a continuous outpouring, an everlasting river of love, forgiveness, and empowerment. It is there in our darkest moments, and it is there in our brightest days. It is there when we feel lost, and it is there when we are found. This is the power of God's grace. It is the divine love that transcends all understanding, a love that is always there, waiting for us to accept it.